Before we begin, let's get ready for an inspiring story. God had just finished making everything: the sun, the moon, the sparkly twinkly stars. He made the big wide oceans and the tall green trees. He filled the world with wonderful things. And then he made his best thing, his masterpiece, a special garden just for his children. He called it Eden. It was a perfect place, a place where everything was good and right and happy, a place where God himself would walk and talk with the people he loved more than anything. It was their home, a forever home, filled with laughter and light and love. This garden wasn't just any garden. Oh no, it was bursting with life. Imagine flowers in colors you've never even dreamed of. Red so bright, they looked like the rays of the sun, and blues as deep as the sky just before nighttime. Yellows as cheerful as a brand new morning. A gentle river flowed right through the middle, its water clear as glass, watering every single plant. The air was sweet with the smell of blossoms and ripe fruit. It was a place where you could feel God's smile shining down on you, warming you from the inside out. Everything was just as it should be, and in this perfect garden, God placed the first man. His name was Adam. God made him from the dust of the ground, but he did something extra special. He breathed his own breath, his own life, right into Adam. And suddenly, Adam's eyes opened. He was alive. God gave him all the animals for friends, the big stompy elephants and the tall graceful giraffes, the fluffy cuddly lambs and the playful splashy dolphins. Adam loved his home. He loved his friends. But most of all, he loved God, who had given him everything. But God saw that Adam was all alone. It wasn't good for his child to be by himself. So God did another wonderful thing. He made Adam fall into a deep, deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, God made the first woman. Her name was Eve. When Adam woke up and saw her, his heart filled with a new kind of joy. Here was someone just like him, someone to talk with and laugh with and share everything with. Now, everything was truly perfect. Adam and Eve had each other, and they had God. They were his children, and he was their father. And they lived together in the beautiful garden, completely happy and completely safe. God gave Adam and Eve a wonderful job in their perfect home to take care of the beautiful garden, tend to the flowers, and name all the animals. In the middle of the garden, God planted two special trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gave them a single rule: of every tree you may freely eat, but not of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, or you will surely die. It was a choice to trust God. They could eat from any other tree. Every evening God would walk in the garden to be with them. Life was a beautiful song of love and trust. One day the serpent, the cleverest creature, entered the garden. He was full of lies and hated God's love for Adam and Eve. He wanted to spoil their friendship with God. The serpent found Eve near the forbidden tree and whispered, "Has God said you can't eat from any tree?" He planted doubt, questioning God's goodness. He wanted her to focus on what she couldn't have. Eve repeated God's warning. Touching it meant death. The serpent lied, "You will not surely die. You'll be like God, knowing good and evil." It was a tempting lie. Eve saw the fruit differently. It looked delicious. The serpent's promise echoed, "Be like God, be like God, be like God." She forgot God's goodness and warning. She only thought of the fruit and its promised power. The lie took root. As the sun sets over Eden, the garden glows with gentle golden light. The story of Adam, Eve, and the serpent reminds us of the power of choices and the warmth of forgiveness. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the very first garden. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you'd like to hear more biblical lessons, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Thank you for watching.